Hi artists! Today we are going to do something called collage. Collage is when you glue paper to make your art. First, we're going to draw a tree. You need to think about all the different parts of the tree, like the trunk in the middle, roots that you can see on the bottom, and branches at the top. Then we're going to tear paper for all the leaves. If this is a tree in the spring or summertime, you might make a lot of green leaves. And if you want to make a fall tree, you might want to add some yellow, orange, red, or even brown leaves. Maybe some of the leaves are falling or on the ground. When you tear your paper, it needs to be at least as big as your finger. We don't want to make it too small so it's too hard to glue. After you tear your paper, you're going to be putting one dot of glue on the back. Only one. I think you're going to have a lot of fun making this awesome tree with torn paper. And when you're done, your art might look a little bit like this. Let's go ahead and get started. In order to get started on our fall tree, I'm going to make the different parts of the tree. I'll make the tree trunk going up, then I'll make the branches, and I could even make a couple of roots if I wanted at the bottom. I'm going to start with a brown marker. Before I start drawing, I'm going to make sure my paper is nice and tall so I can make my tree nice and tall. I'll start with the trunk. So I'm going to go up, up, up. And then I need the other side. Up, up, up. If I want to make a couple of roots on my tree, I can. It's kind of like a zigzag line. Zig, zag, zig, zag, just like that. My favorite part is drawing the branches. A branch on a tree kind of looks like the letter Y. I'm going to make a diagonal line, and then at the end, I'm going to go out and out, just like that. Then I'll bring the branch all the way back. Then I can do it again. I'm going to make a branch going out, and then I'll make the Y at the end. And I'm going to come back to the center. But this time, maybe I'll make even another branch coming out. So much fun. Just like that. It looks like I need to keep doing the same thing. I'll go out and then make that Y or V at the end. It looks like I might have room for one more. I'll make a little branch here and then make another branch. Wow, so much fun. Now that I've drawn the outside of my tree, I'm going to take a crayon and color the inside. I'm coloring lightly, up and down, or in little circles. I'm going to go ahead and finish coloring this tree real quick. Now that I finished coloring my tree, it's time to make the ground. You can design the ground any way you want. I'm going to make a hill, and then I can color it in. Now that I have my tree and my ground finished, it's time to grab my glue and some paper. I've already been using this paper, but it's plenty for me to use on my tree. In order to make the leaves, I'm going to rip my paper. Now, I could use fall colors, I could use green. It is totally up to you. I'm gonna start with a few green leaves. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rip a bigger piece of my paper like this. Then I'm gonna start tearing it. I like to think that the paper should be a little bit bigger than my finger. You don't want it too small, then it's gonna be hard to glue. I like to make it kind of a round shape like this. And if you end up with some little scraps, you can throw these away. So I'm gonna take a piece of green like this. I don't need the whole page. And I'm just gonna start ripping it. So it's about the size of my finger. Okay, now that I have a few green leaves, I'm gonna stop. I don't wanna tear too many before gluing. I'm gonna open my glue by twisting the orange cap. I'm gonna turn it over and I'm gonna do one dot on each leaf. Dot, dot, not a lot. Dot, dot, not a lot. Then I'm going to take these leaves and I'm going to start gluing them to my tree. And it's okay if they kind of cover the branches like this. I'll glue one here and here. Now it is October, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick yellow next because some of my leaves might be turning yellow. I'm gonna rip my paper so I have a piece about like this. Then I can easily tear my leaves. And it's okay if some are big and some are small. I try to tear off the straight edges because that doesn't look so much like a leaf. Now that I have a few yellow leaves, I'm going to do the same thing. One little dot of glue. Dot, dot, not a lot. Dot, dot, not a lot. I can put the yellow leaves on. They can be next to the green leaves. Some could even be falling or on the ground. I think my tree might need a few more leaves. I think orange would be a good fall color too. I'm going to take my orange paper, rip a section, and then make sure my leaves are about the size of my finger or a little bit bigger. Just like that. I wonder how I'm going to glue. Remember, it's dot, dot, not a lot. Dot, dot, not a lot. You can kind of start filling in the spaces. Putting lots of leaves on my tree. I think I'm going to make another one on the ground here. Just like that. Now that my tree is full of leaves, I have some falling and some on the ground, I am finished. If you want to make anything else in your background or your sky, you may. But for right now, I'm gonna be done. I hope you have a lot of fun making your tree with some torn paper leaves. I'll see you next time.